Castorol is a film podcast filled with dubious opinions, plot spoilers, and a healthy sprinkling of bad language. Thanks for listening.
Take a much loved movie and stir in a different cast. Add a hint of nonsense for a flavor that will last. Garnish it with fun, film facts, it's food for the soul. It's a tasty, yummy, silly, funny movie casserole. Casserole.
Hello and welcome to Castorol. My name is Jim, and each episode myself and my two co-hosts Sam and Nick review one of cinema's much loved or unloved films with the aim of also serving you up a delicious recasting. But before we can get into all of that, don't forget you can find Castorol on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever it is that you get your podcast from. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is you need to do so you do not miss out on the latest episodes. And of course, give us those all-important 5-star reviews. As I said, I am not alone. They are my crackle and pop. It's Sam and Nick.
Yay! Crackle and pop. I like that.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of struggling for stuff today, so I kind of tried to think of a duo.
That makes you the Snap.
I am
does it?
Snap, yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. We're sort of sugar and spice and all things nice. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
Got the snappy mofo over there.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit weird, isn't it? We're in a slightly change of scenery today. We're at your place, Jim, this evening.
Yeah, so just one point. If the audio is a bit different today, it's because we are in a different setting. So
Imagine if it's like amazingly better
Yeah.
to the point where we're gonna have to come to yours every time.
I don't know how my wife will feel about that. having to boot her out the room every other week.
Also, is that slagging off my kitchen? Thank you very much. My kitchen.
Also, the kitchen
great.
setting kind of makes sense for the podcast, doesn't it?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
it
true.
does. Yeah.
I have
Thematically, it
I have to
works.
sometimes edit out the sound of like dishwashers and things like that.
Yeah, it's that live,
It's
guys.
live.
It's that live and
Yeah.
rustic.
Wow.
So I mean, it's only been a week since we have seen each other. So has anything happened this past week? Have we watched any films or anything of interest?
I've watched like a few kids' films.
Have you?
Like I watched Emperor's New Groove, which I hadn't seen before.
What's that?
It's like
It's Disney, isn't it?
It's Disney. It's a Disney film. It's from like 15 years
That's
ago.
that's when he gets turned into a llama, isn't it?
It's where he gets turned into a llama. Yeah, David Spade's the voiceover actually, which he's quite good.
I've not heard of that. at all.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like I think quite a few people are a fan of it, but it's like low key. I don't know whether to say Aztecs or Mayan. Like
I've not seen it, so I
it's
couldn't
that
tell you.
kind
it's
of
that
vibe.
kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to seem really ignorant, but it's one of those.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got some interesting songs in it, and it's got some good voice acting. And there's a lot of like moments where you'll have probably seen like the gifs and the memes and stuff.
Okay.
From
Maybe
it.
I recognise it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look up a GIF of Emperor's New Groove, you'll probably recognise it straight away.
Yeah.
Did you nearly say Emperor's New Gooch then? I felt like you did.
I mean, probably.
That was on the
I was
tip
starting to
of
get my tongue twisted, so I might have done.
Tongue twisted round a gooch.
As long as it's clean.
Oh.
I don't think I've watched any. I was going to talk about Reptile again, but I'm pretty sure I spoke about that last time.
You
so
spoke
that's how
about it, yeah.
I think I've
So am I the only one that's
thing.
watched something new?
What have you watched? What
I've,
film are you doing?
I've watched 3 films this past week.
Oh.
Go on.
Yeah. So obviously I've watched the one we've done tonight. We're going to be doing
nice.
today.
Oh yeah, I've watched that one obviously. Yeah.
Which is
I
a
al-
film you'd never seen.
Which is a
before.
film I've never seen before. I know, it's criminal.
It is. It actually is.
This comes as no surprise to anyone.
No, of course it doesn't. I also watched, courtesy of another podcast I listened to, I've just started watching the Monsterverse movies.
Okay.
So Godzilla, I watched Godzilla last night. Really, really enjoyable.
Is that as in like the new sort of 2004? Or
No, it was in like
something
2017.
2017.
Was that Bryan Cranston?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
Right, yeah.
Elizabeth. No, not Elizabeth. Yeah,
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Right.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston. Yeah, it was really, really enjoyable.
It is
Oh,
good.
it's never
I-
going
it dawned on me that
never
I-
going to beat the '90s classic though.
Well, no, 'cause it didn't have Jamiroquai.
1997.
Well, no, because it didn't have
Oh.
Jamiroquai on the soundtrack, so
Right.
of course not.
I had that soundtrack on CD.
That was the first single I ever bought.
I liked films. I used to buy quite a lot of film soundtracks though, like Godzilla, The Matrix. I remember I had this WWE Raw soundtrack, and
Yeah.
it was all of like the band intro. So though I know you guys are much more into wrestling now than I am, but back in the day, I did really enjoy it. I had a VHS of SummerSlam '92.
Well, that's a good one.
It had like
Nice.
Ultimate Warrior, The Undertaker, and I'm pretty sure Undertaker has a match where he does the first ever chokeslam.
I think that might be his first ever match.
Oh, really?
I think
That's probably why then.
No, Undertaker debuted in Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, not SummerSlam. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Because there was all this hoo-ha. He was concerned he was going to be debuting as the Gobbledygooker, and
Yeah. Yeah, you see, history.
Yeah, exactly.
History,
Yeah.
Wrestling. We
Wrestling
could do a
trivia
wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
WrestleMania's just happened, actually, and I've been watching that. That's why I've not watched films.
There you go.
Yeah, that was interesting.
yeah. So
Sorry, yeah, so-
Godzilla, really enjoyable.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I don't think I've ever really seen many kaiju films, and this was really enjoyable.
Just prepare yourself. It goes downhill from there.
I'm sure. Yeah, but the new one's got really good reviews.
What, the one where Godzilla has a robot arm?
Godzilla X.
Sorry.
Kong.
The one where King Kong has a robot
Yeah,
arm?
Godzilla X Kong has had some really favourable reviews.
No.
It has.
I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna withhold my opinion. It's gonna be shit.
It's been the audience reviews are at like 93%. Last time I checked,
I don't
it's
care.
been received very well.
There's audiences that have given enough viewing figures to however many Fast and Furious films.
Weren't you in a King Kong? And by you, I mean Jack Black.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that was good. That was good. King
That
Kong.
was quite a good.
That was
That's
good.
the
King Kong.
Yeah, that was quite a
Peter
good one.
Jackson
Yeah.
3-hour snooze fest, wasn't it?
Snooze Fest. I really like that film.
Yeah, I thought it was decent.
I'll tell you what I do like though in the Godzilla one. There's Shin Godzilla is really good. It's actually like Godzilla's genuinely really creepy in it. It's more like a horror film. And then I've heard really good things and it looks really good. Godzilla minus one.
-1, yeah.
That looks really good. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I do quite like big monster films when they're done well, and I think one of the better ones for me was Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I thought it put a really real new spin on it, and it was kind of like, and like how reserved they were with showing you the creature. That you don't see a lot of the creature. You're left to fill in a lot of the blanks for yourself. I thought that's an interesting
Yeah.
one. And I guess that edges into horror territory, which I'm into as well.
Yeah, that was good. And what was your other film?
So the other film was a Liam Neeson film, called Retribution. Absolute dog shit.
Did someone take his daughter and or son?
There was a daughter and a son.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Had they been taken?
No.
Okay.
So the premise, it sounded like a really cool little premise. I thought it was really, really good. But it was just shit. So it was Liam Neeson, his daughter and his son, trapped in a car, which has been rigged with a bomb. The way they sold it was like, oh, it's going to be loads of like fast-paced hijinks going on, to try and survive. No.
Too much drama.
At no point, no, fuck off, was there a plot? No point did I really feel that this family were in any peril, despite the fact that Liam Neeson sat on a fucking bomb.
Did they
And it was
have to
like-
keep going at a certain
No, it was all.
kilometre per hour?
He was just told.
Otherwise,
Keep
the
driving.
car
He
would
was
explode.
just told, "Oh, keep driving." And the only things he ever really did was pull up, get his wife to get some money out of a safe deposit box, give it someone out, and just keep driving again. I'm like, what else are you going to be doing
Fuck
there, mate?
yeah, imagine that.
That just sounds like a family holiday.
What a tense setup, but it's just like driving to Cornwall.
It was just a bit.
with the kids.
Well, I was expecting it to be kind of a bit of a blend of like speed and phone booth. Because it was obviously a close set, and that's what I thought. Oh, this could be really good.
Like a phone booth on a bus.
It was just shit.
Yeah.
Really rubbish. It had a twist that was just like, oh, that's just.
We're in his kids. Ooh.
It was just like.
It was the kid in the back on the phone.
Yeah.
The whole
So, yeah,
time giving the
I
instructions.
thought it would be a fun little 90 minutes. Turned out, I wish I could get those 90 minutes back.
No, what a shame. What a
Mistakes
shame.
were made.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't have that to worry about with this week's film, do we?
Well,
do we? We've not got Jim's opinion on this.
we haven't yet, so let's turn on that stove and let's start a casserole, shall we? This week's film.
Oh God.
No, I'm leaving Sam for last for a reason. I'm hoping we might upset people with our choices because this is a very beloved film. This week we are recasting, thanks in part to the Total Listing podcast over on X for being our 250th follower.
Big thanks to those guys.
Which is,
Thank
big
you
thanks to
very
them.
much.
I'm really sorry if we upset you with our choices, but this week...
Well, I won't.
Well, I mean, but you might. This week we are recasting and giving our thoughts on Shawshank Redemption. So, as I said, I'm going to throw to Sam last because he has quite openly told us, both on and off mic, that he watches this film at least twice a year. so it's probably safe to assume it's one of his favourite films.
It's my number 6.
So I'm going to throw to you first, Nick.
Oh, okay.
I assume you've seen this film before.
Yes, I've seen this film a load of times. I probably haven't watched it for a good, at least a couple of years. It's a film that my wife had never seen, actually. So we sat down and watched it together. And interestingly, she was knackered. She only managed like the first half an hour, which went off to bed. So I thought she'd be like, "This is so good."
So does she think Andy did it?
yeah. I think this is still a great classic film. I don't necessarily know if it would be in like my top 5, top 10, but I think it's a really wonderful film. What I like about these kind of films, and I think we don't always get this enough, I don't know if this is a bit of a thing of the past, I don't know if it's been a bit overshadowed by kind of modern cinema, blockbuster kind of stuff, but for me it's the kind of film that, I don't know if this resonated with either of you guys, but afterwards it's the kind of film that makes you feel, you absolutely feel something. So I almost felt like this kind of wanting to strive to almost like be a better human, like be a good person. There's so much kind of like moral kind of strength and energy in this film. The journeys that the characters go through, it really hits you in the feels, doesn't it? Like the journey that Andy and Red go on, their way that they're reunited at the end. So yeah, you kind of left with that feeling of like, I want to be a good, really good person. Not saying I'm not a fucking incredible person.
I'm saying that.
Yeah, you kind of get that feeling, and then obviously that's faded by the next day. But it's a film that makes you feel something. It kind of ignites, really hits on your moral compass, doesn't it? About kind of rightfulness, wrongfulness. There's that kind of redemption arc for some of the characters. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great film. I think it's really up there with, absolutely on the list of 50 greatest films of all time.
Go on then, Jim.
Now we're going to go to Jim, who's never watched this film before.
And there was 2 very nervous looks coming my way. I don't see why they wouldn't be nervous because of what I said about Gladiator. So they have every reason to be nervous. Yeah, no, I really like this film.
Oh,
I'm not going to do this justice, really, am I? I am articulate enough to speak about it, but I'm just not the film guy, so I'm not going to really be able to put into words properly.
Well, what do you like? What did you? You don't have to be no one has to be the film guy. What did you like about it? How did it make you feel?
I thought it's a weird sentence to say, but it was such a lovely film. And which sounds really weird to say about a prison drama. I had no idea what this film was about. I didn't even realise this was a prison escape film until the last 10 minutes of this film.
I get that you haven't seen it, but how do you not know?
Because it's so
what
iconic.
Happens in it? Yeah.
That's the best way. I'm glad that you didn't, because that's the best way to go into it. Because
I knew nothing about this film.
That's good, isn't it?
So, yeah, loved it.
Before we come to you, Sander, should we do a quick summary of the film? Because I feel like let's establish, just in case there's anyone that hasn't watched this.
Let's go over to Wikipedia Corner for the summary.
So this is a 1994 prison drama. It's written and directed by director Frank Darabont, but it's actually based on the 1982 Stephen King novella, which is called Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. It was a bit of a bloody mouthful, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. It revolves around the story of banker Andy Dufresne. Fuck, that's going to be all the time as well. Andy Dufresne is played by Tim Robbins, who is sentenced to life imprisonment in Shawshank State Penitentiary for the murders of his wife and his wife's lover, despite his claims of innocence. And it basically follows the journey of him as a protagonist over 2 decades in prison. He befriends a fellow prisoner who is contraband smuggler Ellis Red Redding, played by Morgan Freeman. And he ends up becoming instrumental in this kind of money laundering operation that's going on in the prison. And as we get to know, it ends with this incredible reveal that basically all along, for a long time, he's basically been tunneling through his cell block
his cell wall,
to stage this miraculous escape. But yeah, I mean, it's a hard-hitting drama. It's all about that kind of the bonds of friendship. I think the bonds of trust. It's a film about hope. But interestingly, Darabont purchased the rights to Stephen King's story in 1987 for $5,000.
That's a bargain.
That's an absolute bargain, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so but Stephen King actually gave him back the check. Eventually, sent it back, framed it, I think with a note kind of saying, "In case you ever need bail money." So he actually gave him back the checks. And this film, although it's kind of like massively iconic, it's still held as one of the best films of all time. Certainly one of the best prison films of all time. It didn't perform amazingly well at box office. So can you guys guess what other two blockbusters this was up against?
In 1994.
1994, will it be
94.
Jurassic Park at some point, wasn't it?
No.
No, that was 5.
No, Jurassic Park was 90. That was late 93, wasn't it? Jurassic Park. So would that last?
So, but yeah, it wasn't directly up against it.
94.
No, Titanic's 97, is it? No.
Yeah, Titanic's late, innit?
No, I don't know.
It was Pulp Fiction
Oh,
and Forrest Gump.
I mean...
So like, oof, you can kind of get
Actually,
why.
Forrest Gump has a lot of similar vibes. After you finish watching Forrest Gump, you feel very similar to after you finish watching Shawshank. They're very much of that time,
yeah.
that kind of...
Yeah.
Feel good's the wrong word because it kind of underplays it. You do afterwards feel kind of warm and
It's
fuzzy,
emotive,
but it's
though, right?
It's
It's a different
emotive
feeling.
and it's
Yeah.
it's those kind of like I think the reason. Oh well, can we come to me yet? Am I allowed to wax lyrical?
Please do.
Right.
Go
okay.
on, Sam. As you said, this is in your top 10. It's number 6.
It's number
Go
6
on.
for a very long time.
Me and Nick will put our feet up.
For a
You.
very long time, it was my number 2. My
Oh, wow.
number 2. And the only reason it went out is because I
Because Lord of the Rings
changed-
came out.
No, Lord of the Rings was always it was always number 1. It was my number 2 for a long time, and then I changed my top 10 is now more based on like films I enjoy watching.
Okay, yeah.
And so like although this is like probably the best film in my top 10 in terms of like the way it's made, the story, the way it makes you feel. It's the same way why, I've always said that Alien is a better film than Aliens, but Aliens is in my top 5 because I just will watch that. It is fun, it is awesome, it is quotable, it is, changed, popular culture and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Shawshank, like I said, when this came up, it was always one that I thought, we probably would end up recasting. But the fact that it came up from a listener suggestion is really great, and I even said like I don't know if I need to rewatch it because I know it so well. But
You just
Yeah.
rewatched it for the enjoyment, didn't you?
because I love it. Yeah, it's I think no disservice to you, Nick, but the way you read it out, it just seeing it on paper, it's not what it's about, is it?
I don't think that summary
Like,
did the film justice.
It's not really a prison drama. It's a platonic love story.
I also don't think. I also don't think putting Andy Dufresne as the main focus point on that summary is correct. The story is Red's.
He's the narrator.
It's
of
Red's.
the
It's
story.
Red's story.
It's Red's story about Andy, though.
Yeah.
Andy
Yeah, I'd
is
say that.
Andy
But it's
is
still
the main
it's-
character.
but I don't think he is. I think Red is.
No, it is. It is
I
because
think.
he's
I
like,
think Andy is just a character in Red's story. I don't put Andy as the main character.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I
That's
personally
just
would
my
say,
interpretation of it. I think. In my interpretation is that Red is the main character and Andy is just a character in that story.
yeah, I think Red is a good representation how one good person can have these chain effects on other people's lives around them.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're left with that feeling of wanting to be a better person. And like, without getting too sentimental, really, in this world, whatever you believe in, religion, not religion, like, what teams you support, all that stuff, if you can just not be a cunt to people,
Goes a long way.
that's really all you need to do, right? Just be nice.
Yeah.
And that's kind of his thing. Like, what I really like about this film, as opposed to other films, is you usually get the guy come in and he's really scared, or he needs to be sort of, knocked down a peg or two, or Andy Dufresne was like a nice, quiet guy. Bad shit happened to him. Like, prison changed him, but it didn't fundamentally, make him from an ass into a hero. He was a good guy, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think that's the same with like Forrest Gump. That's why the feeling's the same. Forrest Gump is a good person.
And he's not kind of going out of his way, is it? He's not like he's doing it for any material gain. This character isn't doing it to be able to be like, I'm the good guy. He's not out to save himself or anyone else. He's just kind of like got real good moral fibre, I think. And there's really great moments in this film where that's expressed really, really well.
Like
that's kind of what
with the record player.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
I actually interpret Andy as actually being very manipulative.
What?
Whoa, really?
Really?
I think it's this. I think he is, and I think you can see he's very manipulative in the way he goes about some of the things he does to put all eyes off of him. I think he the first chance he gets, he walks up to this guard to be like, I can help with that tax return. I can help you beat the tax man. And by doing that, he's immediately manipulated this cunt of a guard onto his side, and he's now getting things that he wants. Suddenly, now the warden is in on it. By seeing an opportunity, he has manipulated the evil in that.
Okay.
He's manipulated the greed of the evil people in that prison to get himself in a position of not power or authority, but in a way that what he's doing is no longer, it won't ever be on the radar because he's needed. He suddenly becomes an integral cog to this money laundering scheme that they can't possibly shift him off out into solitary, so they don't look at him. They give him what he wants. I think he's.
But the problem there
he's good. Don't know, he's a very, very good, nice guy. But I think underneath all that, he's got a level of manipulative about him to get where he needs to be to allow his end goal to happen.
Yeah.
I think the problem is, though, manipulation is ultimately doing that with nefarious intent. He's not manipulative because his end goal isn't bad. It's more he's a survivalist. Like, he can't beat up other people. He can't, out-strength people, out-tough people. He's got to use his mind. You can say, yes, he's manipulating guards, but he's not. It's not like he's. I mean, in the end of the film, obviously, he does benefit as a money laundering scheme. But, on that review where it's like becomes part of a money laundering scheme, it's against his will he becomes part of there.
Yeah, he didn't ask to necessarily.
He's doing what he needs to survive in prison, and he's doing those things for the right things. I think to call it manipulative, I know what you mean, your intention by it, but I think other people will think that he's got ulterior motives, and he doesn't have any ulterior motive other than surviving and trying to make the people around him and eventually his friends' lives a bit better. So I think when you say manipulative, it feels like he's doing it for dodgy reasons.
Yeah, no, I can see why you would think no.
But he's very clever, and he does manipulate people.
Yeah, I guess like you said, manipulate implies kind of.
Yeah, I think I've probably worded it a bit.
I think you're right, but I think I just clarify.
Well, yeah, he's not doing it for a bad reason. He's doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, but I think he's clearly as a character, he's got a certain way about him. He's got a certain impulsiveness. He's got a certain. I think he's got an honesty that he can't hold back sometimes. And I think we see that in the very initial scene when we're introduced to him, where he's obviously being tried for the murder of his wife and his wife's lover, which he didn't commit. We find out later in the film. And he's kind of just got this dazed look on his face, hasn't he? He's kind of like, he can't hide the way that he feels, and he feels just like shell-shocked about the whole thing. Whereas another person might have thought, this might go better for me if I pretend to be a bit, more sad about the whole thing. Like, throughout the whole film, he's kind of unequivocally honest, isn't he, with like how he feels about things, the moral kind of good and bad that he sees in people.
I think kind of knowing certain things that I kind of know now, I think maybe he's, if not intentionally, maybe his drawn traits are slightly autistic traits. There's certain things they say about some autistic characters about being justice warriors.
Yeah.
Like, you see it several times. Like, he doesn't try and save himself. Like, he doesn't try and manipulate the court at the beginning. He's like, this is the truth. I know it makes me look bad, but I can't do anything other than telling the truth.
Yeah.
At a point where, later on where the warden challenges him, he's like, how can you be so obtuse? He's like, he is almost incapable of falsifying how he feels or how he reacts to situations. Even to the point where he will he writes letters because he wants books for the thing. He doesn't pick up on the social cues that he should stop. He's like, no, this is the right thing to do, so I'm going to keep doing it. And I think it's he's obviously highly intelligent. He talks about the fact that he didn't know how to show his wife emotional support and things like that. Yeah. So I think he's you could almost see him as a slightly autistic character, but subtle, not in the way of Forrest Gump. But he's got a slight childish innocence about him as well.
Yeah, there is that kind of childish.
He's so willing to befriend people if they're friendly to him. He's like, and
yeah, and there is that mischievous. We kind of see mischievousness. We see with the record player scene where you just can't help but do something.
I love that scene.
It's great, isn't it?
I loved it. I think that's one of my favourite scenes in that film.
It is.
It's just him going when he just locks that guard in the toilet, locks the things, goes, "Yeah, I'm just gonna stick this on. Fuck it."
Yeah, and then he turns the prison sort of, what would you call it, telecom?
Tannoy.
Yeah, turns it right up
onto
and
the record
just
player,
sits back and no matter...
Italian opera singing, goes out across the whole prison, and he just has this moment of beauty where he sits back and enjoys...
Just smirks, doesn't he? When they're banging on that door trying to get in, he just looks at them and just turns it up and just smirks and puts his feet up on the desk. It's like...
He doesn't just smirk.
Yeah.
He doesn't smirk and he doesn't say, and what? You see the terror. He knows what's going to happen to him. That is the definition of bravery. He does that knowing what's going to happen to him. He has that moment and he's like, I know I'm going to get beaten up and go in the hole,
But that's kind of his innocence, right? In that he couldn't prevent himself from the option that was presented to him to deliver a moment of beauty. Like, if you said that to anyone else, that'd be so abstract to people, wouldn't it? They'd be like, why would I risk going into solitary confinement
for a month?
For a
I think it was a month or so, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like, who's benefiting from that? But in his head, it's like, that was a moment of beauty.
Everyone benefited from that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys want to hear something mind-blowing about this film?
Oh, go on, man.
And the director of this film?
Because I have one fact.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So the director, Frank Darabont, prior to writing and directing this film, do you like to know what other films he was involved in?
Yes, I would.
He was the writer and director in 1983 of The Woman in the Room, which is another short story that he did of Stephen King's. Ever heard of that?
No.
Me neither. He was a writer. He was a writer.
Top 5, mate. It's going to be top 5.
He was a writer on A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 more years.
Well.
He was a writer on the 1988's The Blob. He was a writer on The Fly 2. And then he goes and writes and directs Shawshank after that.
Hell,
like,
that is.
I mean, that's some turnaround, isn't it?
I mean,
That's shooting your shot right there. What's he done after that? The Blob 3.
More Stephen King as well, actually. So, straight after, in the same year, he did Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So that was the one that featured Robert De Niro as the creature. That's a great fucking film.
That is good, that.
He did The Green Mile.
Fuck, that's good.
Wrote and direct.
Fucking hell.
The Majestic, The Salton Sea, Collateral, The Mist.
Collateral. Oh, Mist, that's good.
So this film really turned his career around, really, then, didn't it?
I would say so.
Do a fuck ton of Stephen King.
Yeah, right? That's obviously his thing, I guess.
He's obviously Stephen King's cash cow.
Yeah, to go from arguably, sequels and B movies to I'll go and direct one of the greatest
One of the greatest films of all time.
He didn't do Misery then, because Misery is arguably the best.
He didn't do Misery. I haven't actually watched that.
Have you not?
Not all
we should do that. That's excellent. That's a really small cast. And it's so brilliant.
That'd be cool to do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good that we all love it. I mean, maybe not for our listeners because we won't be shouting at each other.
It's alright. That's going to happen next time.
Next time. Yeah.
Maybe it will with our casting choices.
It's episode 13 next. So, it's unlucky for some. In this case, Nick. That's right, Nick. It's out next week.
Fuck. Wow. Have I got to watch? No, I'm away. I can't watch it next week.
Next Friday. You said you're back on the 15th.
Oh, God. So the day I get back from holiday, I've got to ruin all my nice memories of holiday.
Oh, no, you've still got a couple more days. Is that on the 19th?
Ah, okay.
It's a mental scar giver.
Yeah. You've got a few days to prepare yourself before you sit down and watch, arguably film.
I have heard good things about it, actually.
Has it been reviewed yet?
Yeah, I've heard some early rumblings. It actually does deliver, which...
It doesn't. He's so smug about this, as though gives everything of the first film being dog shit.
I will get into all of that.
If it delivers,
next episode.
Lucky that it's delivered, not intentional.
I will get into my point next episode.
Right. Okay. Come on then.
Assuming, of course, it does deliver, and I don't walk into the room fuming because it's shit.
Let's recast this mother.
you want to start with Andy or Red?
Andy.
Andy.
Yeah?
Because
Okay.
he's the main character.
Well,
Let's just say he's one of the two main characters.
Yeah.
At
But
the
He's the
forefront
one
of
we
the
see
film.
first.
okay. No, Red's the one we see. Oh, no, yeah, court scene, yeah, you're right. Who wants to go first this time? I went first last time.
I'll go. I'll dip straight in if you want.
Right, go
Yeah.
for it,
So Andy.
Dufresne.
Thank you. Andy Dufresne, played incredibly by Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree, like, one of his best performances of his career. Would you agree? I think he's phenomenal in this. So I had a look initially at some of the people that were offered or pitched to play the role. So you had people like Tom Hanks. You had Tom Cruise.
That
That's crazy, right? That's
Behave.
absolutely bizarre. Sorry, give me a second. I'm just going to find the other people because I think it's interesting.
Well, while you're doing that, shall I tell you the fact that I forgot to tell you?
Oh, please.
So at the end of the film, obviously by this point it's no mistake, it's no mystery, that Andy Dufresne does get out. But he escapes early, and then several years later, Red actually finally gets paroled and leaves. And he has been talking to Andy in prison, and Andy told him that when he does get out, go and find this certain tree in a field and look under this rock. And basically, he's left something for Red. He's left a letter, sort of telling him, like, come and find me, this is where I am. He's left him a load of money. And Red gets on, like, this bus and, like, drives to Mexico. And originally, that's where the film ends. Is Red driving
Red,
away.
get on the bus.
Get on the bus, and
Ambiguous.
it's left ambiguous. And early screenings and the crew that watched it screamed so much that they needed closure on it.
They
They needed to see them reunite.
Yeah.
That they added that scene in.
Wow.
And it's so good because every time, like I said about this, like, you know, getting you by your heartstrings, every time you see them, like see each other and, like, connect, it gets me. It's so emotional.
See, I think I'd have been happy with the ambiguous ending.
No, I don't think you want to. Like, you've been through such that slog, you want that closure.
I mean, I love the ending, but I don't think I'd have been upset if it was an ambiguous ending.
I wanted more from that ending. The way the camera or helicopter shot, whatever, just pans out, and they hug. I wanted some dialogue.
No,
I wanted something.
No,
perfect.
just the silent hug. That was
It's perfect.
that was
You
perfect.
don't
wanted
just
but-
see anymore.
I wanted just something, maybe a recurring line from earlier in the film, like of a conversation
Oh,
we
like
shared
the-
or something.
Oh, well, like
That'd
the
be
line,
great
like the
closure.
line Haywood mentions, like, "Oh, we're all innocent," whatever it is. That
Well, maybe-
something like
It's
that.
just
Yeah.
great, yeah.
Maybe
closure.
Red had brought him something that he'd asked for, like, way back. You know, like
That'd be great.
Red had wanted him to get, like,
Another
a special
poster.
cigarette, and
Or
he-
another poster. Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
that would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah, for the boat or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's my fact.
interesting.
So who else could have been Tony?
So
Tony
originally
Robbins? Tim Robbins.
So one of the other studios or directors that were offered, I think, or what were interested in the script was they wanted to cast Tom Cruise as Andy and Harrison Ford as Red. I think Kevin Costner was in the talks for Andy.
Yeah, no, he was, because I mentioned this in our Waterworld episode.
Oh really?
He turned it down. Like, what?
Because he was involved in Waterworld. Yes.
Yeah, he turned down Shawshank to do Waterworld.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
interesting.
why Kevin Costner's Kevin Costner.
Yeah, and Tom Hanks is obviously due to his starring role in Forrest Gump at the time as well. But yeah, also Johnny Depp, Nicolas Cage, Charlie Sheen were considered for the role at different stages.
Charlie Sheen, fucking hell, that'd have been an interesting one.
Cruise attended readings of the script but declined to work for the inexperienced director at the time. So yeah, interesting. Landed on Tim Robbins, but like an amazing casting, I think, for this film. So yeah, I found this really difficult. Of those picks, they were kind of potentially involved in the film. I thought Tom Hanks would have been the most interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been. I mean, you kind of got to see it in Green Mile.
Yeah, right.
You know, obviously played the guard, but
yeah,
very much that empathetic, cares about humans, like is in situations he doesn't want to be and tries to make the best of it.
Absolutely. I think he could have did just as would have been there.
Hanks and Robbins are, you know, not taken away from either of them, but they are quite interchangeable in the way they play things.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think they can be. So yeah, I found this really tricky. Some of the other people I were considering, I think Leonardo DiCaprio could have did a pretty good job in the role of Andy Dufresne. Other people, I thought Adrian Brody would have been a really good shout. You got people like Daniel Radcliffe. I think could have been a great outside sort of modern pick for this role. So I've also gone with a modern pick. I was between the two. So the two people I was deciding between was Robert Pattinson and Cillian Murphy, and I ended with Cillian Murphy. I think as my Andy. I think he's got that kind of. I think what Tim Robbins does as Andy really well. He's kind of got that glint in his eye. He's kind of got that sort of wonderment about him. He's kind of got. I could see Cillian Murphy leaning back in the chair as the record was playing. I think that was the thing that stuck in my head. So that's who
you can see. Absolutely, I think Cillian would be a good choice. Yeah,
I like that. I do like it. Do you mind if I go second?
Of course you can.
So I really like that, but I actually found this at first. I thought this was going to be because I really loved Tim Robbins' performance in this, but I thought this was going to be the easiest part to recast because I thought a lot of scope to have someone new in this, change it up. And then I watched it and I was just like, oh my god, Tim Robbins is actually so good in it.
Yeah.
Did he get any kind of Oscar nominations for this?
I don't know actually. It's really interesting.
Well, I mean, I assume this film got Oscar nominations.
I don't think it got many because Forrest Gump.
I assume Forrest Gump must have cleaned up.
I think Forrest Gump got the Oscar film of the year, didn't it?
It was nominated for 7 Academy Awards.
That's not bad. Did it win any?
Best Picture, Best Actor for Freeman, Best Adapted Screenplay. It did not win any.
So Tim Robbins didn't get a nomination.
No.
So and again, this isn't meant to be accusation, but I think with all the picks that you've got, and I like them, and I can see them all. None of them for me have the softness.
Okay.
That Robbins like. DiCaprio, I don't think he could bring the softness. It would come across like he's almost angry at the world, like kind of playing.
That survival is.
So for me, there was one, and it's a particular performance he's done, but I've gone with Colin Firth. Specifically, his performance in The King's Speech.
Yeah. Where
you've got somebody that has to have this front up that is cold, but then at times he's so vulnerable. And his obviously with Geoffrey Rush, his like the sort of the relationship there, and that sort of close platonic friendship with another man, like you could see him playing that with Red, and I just think Colin Firth would do this so well, and that's like stammer in his voice and breaking and emotional, but then knowing what's right and standing by it. So for me, Firth is my.
That's an interesting. Do you know who I think Firth would play really well in this film? Is actually the Warden.
That's a really good shout.
For the Warden.
Really good
because he
shout.
can be a cold bastard.
Really, that's a really good shout for the Warden.
I've got a better Warden.
I think I've got a decent Warden as well. Anyway, my Andy. I think I actually texted you to say this was the easiest recasting I've done.
What, just Andy or the whole film?
Andy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fairly. I may send a message into our little chat to say the second he came on screen, I knew.
don't read those messages. Do you read those messages?
Try not to. Muted.
The second I seen him get off that prison bus, I knew exactly who I was putting in that recasting role.
Wow, you had someone come straight into your head
straight away,
and it was,
and it is Brendan Fraser.
Do you have a soft spot for
Brendan Fraser? Young Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, obviously not now, but maybe do it now. Never, but obviously you'd have to, I assume, drop a lot of weight because I don't know how he looks these days since The Whale. But
I don't think he put
some of that might have been prosthetic.
I think it would have been one.
I don't know. He might have probably put some on.
He didn't put like 300 pounds.
Well, no, obviously not. But he would have put some on.
From playing that role in The Whale.
He went full method.
Never know.
Yeah, I can see that. I can.
That's a great shout.
He's definitely got the vulnerability.
As soon as he stepped off the bus, I was like, bear in mind, at this point, I had no clue what the character was like because all I'd seen was him court scene, step off a bus, so I didn't know how this was going to progress. It could have been a really, really shit pick, and as he could have gone, it'd been like, oh no, Brendan Fraser ain't gonna be like that. But as it
were
progressed,
you not going to change your mind?
No.
Were you kind of,
Well,
as
I
you were
mean,
watching this film,
as-
you were like, were you watching Brendan Fraser? at the time?
As it progressed, obviously, if I didn't think Brendan Fraser would have been a good fit, I would have had another thing.
Fine, okay, fine. Yeah.
But
This is American Tour, but I
just
said it.
every scene, I was thinking, no, but I could see Brendan Fraser just doing this role.
I like it. I think all those picks. My only concern with like the Brendan Frasers and all that is like, are they too heartthrobby? Like Tim Robbins is not like, I mean, he's not an ugly man, but he's not like
traditional heartthrob.
You know, he's not like, oh, that's a gorgeous man. You know,
Colin Firth was a good-looking bloke back in the day.
yeah, he was obviously Mr. Darcy, but like he's a softer good look. He's not like your traditional, like out of all your picks, actually the Adrian Brody would have been more, especially from like The Pianist, like that kind of, you know, he really throws himself into it, but you know, not like a traditional leading man kind of look. I definitely think Fraser's got the vulnerability though, which is I think what you need from that character.
Yeah.
Like you need to like feel for him, you know.
Yeah, what's interesting though is I don't know if he had that as much in his earlier career.
Well, no, I mean,
We're
back in his
casting
earlier
kind of
days, he was what,
earlier
like George of the
Fraser.
Jungle and...
Yeah, but you see it, you see it in The Mummy. Like he's not playing that kind of hero the way that a Harrison Ford or a Bruce Willis would play that, all bravado and guns. He's like,
I mean, it's pretty.
he is,
But there's a
it's-
cheekiness
But there's a
about it,
cheekiness
which is-
and there's a
yeah.
sort of an innocence and a softer side to it, you know. But yeah, I like Fraser, but I mean, I think Firth is. This is that I think he would be so good for this.
Well, do you know what? I think Cillian Murphy would be
for me it's
amazing,
a coin toss, but between Firth and Fraser. Personally,
Cillian's his friend.
I don't see it. I can see him doing the feet up in the office scene. I don't see him anywhere else in the film.
I think Cillian Murphy would definitely do the cold side of Andy Dufresne's character.
Like the mystified. I
Yeah.
could see him sat in the courtroom at the beginning, just like. with
But
that
for
look.
me, I
Dave's
have
look in
not
his
seen
eyes.
Cillian Murphy play any character where I feel for him. It's sort of like, do you know who actually one that we haven't done? Benedict Cumberbatch. The way Benedict Cumberbatch in Imitation Game,
Yeah.
you feel for him. That scene at the end where he's talking about chemical castration and what they did to him. You're like, your heart goes out to him. But Cillian Murphy is always a bit like, he's either a villain or an unlikable hero.
He does have a kind of abstract, removed nature
He's
about
almost
him.
too
I think.
cold, you know.
I tell you, who would fucking smash this? I've only just thought of is Eddie Redmayne, who I think would be
Eddie Redmayne.
good.
He
Eddie
would be a
Redmayne.
class
Been
choice.
in some really good roles where you really feel for him. But I'm too fucking late now. Put Cillian in. So yeah, I'm happy for a coin toss.
Okay, flipped it. Oh, look, let's come down Colin Firth.
I'm happy to go with Colin Firth.
Yes.
I do think out of the two, Fraser and Firth, I think Firth would be the better choice.
I think I could just hear him in some of those scenes where his voice breaks. Like, why are you being so obtuse? Like, it's. Oh, he would do it.
I do think Nick's right. He would be a wicked warden.
Yeah, but I've got a better warden, so he's Andy Dufresne.
Cool. He's locked in.
Well, let's go on to Red then, shall we?
I found this.
This is impossible.
Again,
There's.
really, I got two names really quick on this
Did
one.
you?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think there's things that Morgan Freeman can do as an actor that I just don't think
This
people
film
can come close to.
set up the Morgan Freeman narrating thing.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
thing that set Morgan Freeman as being the guy that does the voiceover for Andy Dufresne. Like,
Yes.
it's just and
It's
like
been pastiche so many times. Yeah.
it just and it's so
Well,
good.
about even being on the screen, just doing the narration, it brought a lot of emotion to those scenes,
And
didn't
how
it?
difficult is that? Because so often people are like, oh my god, exposition through narration.
Yeah.
How passe, how tacky, how
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, the way it's done in Rebel Moon. Oh, it's just horrible.
Yeah,
Maybe if
he's
Morgan
so
Freeman was doing it, the Scargiver was coming in.
Yeah, he's so good in this.
That's
It's
all it
not just
needed
his
then.
narration.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
Fuck.
Freeman.
Everything needs to be.
Red Moon.
So anyway, go on then, Nick. Who have your suggestions?
Yeah, so I found this really tricky. One person that I thought could be really interesting and really good, and this would be like a sort of casting now as they're a bit older, and then they kind of I think we'd need to even age them a bit more still, would be Will Smith, who I thought could be really, really good.
Is that who you got?
That's who I've got.
Really?
Oh, nice.
But I didn't actually go for
Specifically for one role of his, which is that Pursuit of Happiness.
I thought you were going to say that.
Because he obviously has a lot, I think if I remember correctly, there's a lot of narration from him in that film, and he brings a lot of emotion to that role.
Yeah.
And I could just see him in that role of in place of Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
I do have another pick, but I think Will Smith is my pick.
Yeah.
But I do have an alternative that I will throw out.
Well, I'll let you take that as your main pick then. So I'll give my other pick as my main pick. And that is Robert Redford as Red. And I think that I've seen some films of Robert Redford in where he's playing a kind of similar character, where he's either kind of like the experienced old guy in prison, or he's kind of the experienced older agent, and he's kind of sort of nurturing that friendship, or he's kind of mentoring someone. And obviously he's just an unbelievable experienced actor. I think he's got all the credentials to play a role like this, and he has got that amazing voice as well, and I think he could do the narration to this.
Robert Redford is a good show, and he's already got the name, so
right? It's kind of easy.
But people are talking to him on set, he wouldn't be like, "Who?"
He's full method at that point.
No,
everyone just keeps calling me Red.
As long as he doesn't do blackface. He's not Robert Downey Jr. I think that's a really good shout. Actually, that is really interesting. I did dabble with Smith, but I didn't go with him in the end. I did have actually in for a long time was James Earl Jones.
Oh, nice.
Because we know obviously his voice is so amazing.
It's an iconic voice as well, isn't it?
It's an iconic voice. But I actually went with a bit of like a risky pick. And I think this would be like, you know how last episode we were doing like, you know how we were saying like performances that kind of like are just so out of left field, and you're like, oh my god, they can really act.
They're some of the most memorable, yeah.
Exactly.
When you really show you their acting chops.
And like this guy is obviously, he's got acting chops and he's done stuff like that. But I think this would be like not what you expect from him. But I've gone with Eddie Murphy.
Really?
Yeah. And I think Eddie Murphy, like, you're always expecting that bravado and that cockiness. And I think from reading between the lines of like Red's story, he was a cocky young guy that did a stupid thing that got him in jail.
And he's changed.
And he's had that cockiness beaten out of him. And I think for Eddie Murphy to play a guy that's had that cockiness, like he wouldn't do any of his classic Eddie Murphy kind of like bits in this and hijinks.
Well, I mean, that's because it's not the film for him to do so.
Exactly.
So he wouldn't even be given the chance to do so.
Exactly.
I think seeing someone do that would have, I've spoken about it a couple of times, like Adam Sandler's performance in Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Where he's like so different to what most people know him for. And like you said, a chance to really show off his ability and his range. I'm always up for seeing actors that do that, go out of their comfort zone and show like, actually, I can really take this role and run with it.
Yeah. So that's my pick, is Eddie Murphy.
Interesting. And then we've got Will Smith from you, Jim.
We have got Will Smith. Another name I was considering was an actor by the name of Dennis Haysbert. He's I can't think of movie roles he's done. I know him from 24.
Yeah.
Is he the captain?
No, he's the president.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, he's got a really quite distinct voice. Like I could hear him doing the narration, but like I said, I landed on Will Smith specifically because of the Pursuit of Happiness and the role he performed in there, the narrations he put on in there.
I think Will Smith is a good show.
I mean, I think the fact that all three of us thought of him.
Yeah, I mean, like
suggests that he is a very good pick.
And he's definitely done those films like. I think Pursuit of Happiness is the best example because he is somebody that is like not given up, but he's been beaten down by the world.
So he's down on his luck. He's not willing to give up. He's willing to fight.
That Red at the end in his final kind of parole hearing. Where he's like,
prior to that, he's always been like,
I'll try. I definitely try.
That final one, he was just like, whatever. You're probably going to hit reject. You're probably just going to reject it anyway.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Will Smith would deliver that scene. Oh, chef's kiss.
Oh,
yeah.
He would be very
Smith.
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 Welcome aboard, Will Smith.
Oh,
Who are we going for next? Are we going for? I think from here we go either to Warden Norton.
I think the captain is
Go captain?
Yeah,
He's a nasty bastard, isn't he? This
played by our favourite
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown's in
Of
virtually every
Starship
film.
Troopers fame. He
He's
really
in every
literally
film
is
we
in
do.
So many
He's
films.
so
Yeah.
good.
He's awesome. Yeah, he's played really, really well in this film. He is a nasty piece of work. He
He's
kills a bunch of people.
He kills a bunch of people, and then ultimately he's just a bully because when he gets caught, he cries, he breaks down, he's.
You don't actually see that. It's narrated, right, by...
I heard that he
Red.
cried when they took him away.
Here we go.
Yeah, there you
Almost
go.
like he's in the room.
Oh, maybe it should have been Micheal Caine.
Oh God, no.
The first day I saw Andy Dufresne.
How does it
It's too
make
late.
every
It's
film
too late.
better?
It's too late. It's too late. It's Colin Firth.
So the first time we really kind of see get a sense of his brutality, obviously when the new prisoners arrive into the prison.
It's the first night, isn't it?
Andy is one of them. It's the first night.
It's the
yeah.
first night when the overweight one starts crying because
They're
he's getting
taking
bullied.
bets on who's going to break.
So he's being bullied by is it Hayward. Hayward that bullies him.
He
Yeah.
kind of doesn't, but he kind of just provokes.
Yeah, him.
Pokes the bear, proverbial bear, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Makes him cry and then comes in. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact, I wrote down his insult. Shut up, you fat barrel of monkey spunk. Fucking brilliant insult.
He's got a few like that in the film.
I
Now I
immediately-
want to do Micheal Caine doing that.
As soon as he said it, I was like, well, I'm writing that down.
I bet you.
A little bit of cheeky trivia for you. So in the Fresh Fish scene, all of the convicts shouting
Yeah.
it, I think Morgan Freeman's son was an extra in there. And he also has a kind of bit part on when they're stamping the parole things. That picture of like a younger Red is
Is it his son?
Is that his son, is it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So that's cool, isn't it?
That's really, really cool. That's a cool little tidbit.
Yeah.
A nice little detail.
Yeah,
Nice.
really cool. So yeah, played by Clancy Brown. I had a few people in mind, but the one person I ended up, I think, could equally be a Warden shout. But I quite like him for Guard Hadley. Is Tim Roth. I think he can play that kind of. He's got that nasty streak. He can play a kind of a bully. I think he could do really well. And sometimes someone who you like to see them kind of get their comeuppance at the end. I think he's got an aggressiveness. I think about Clancy Brown's performance in this. He never kind of, maybe not perhaps until the very end, he never kind of loses control. Do you know what I mean? Even when he's administering like horrendous violence on people, he never kind of breaks that kind of. He's always in control.
Isn't he?
Right? Yeah, he's in control of the prisoners around him. He's in control of his other guards. He's got that composure. So in a way, it's a kind of restrained performance because we don't see a lot of emotion. But yeah, I think Tim Roth could do that.
I like that.
Quite powerfully.
I think, like you say, like that is also a good shout for the Warden because Tim Roth definitely has that sort of like bullying, nasty streak. But I've gone for somebody that has that sort of bullying, nasty streak, but also the physicality of a Clancy Brown.
Okay.
So I've gone for a Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, nice.
Now, Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the comedian in Watchmen is basically if Clancy Brown as Captain Hadley had been made a superhero. Because he beats the shit out of people, he breaks their legs, he shoots like gas canisters at their gut, he like kills, Vietnamese people in Vietnam, and well, I mean, who else would you shoot if you're American? He is the quintessential bully in so many things.
Yeah.
And I think, his like cold kind of indifference, and you could just, that scene where he like taps on the glass, he's like, "You're mine now, Andy." Like I could imagine him saying that. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
Jeffrey
like
Dean
that.
Morgan.
I only really know him from Watchmen, actually.
He's also in Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. He's
Okay.
not the governor. He's what's his character's name? He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of work.
Yeah.
Horrible.
There's so many actors I think that we've referenced who have been like, oh, but they're obviously massive in Walking Dead. I think just because I haven't seen a lot of that, I'm like, they've just passed me by.
He's in a lot of things actually that you don't think at first. He
In
is.
fact, the actor who plays the governor in The Walking Dead would also be a good shout for this.
Yes, he would. Yeah.
David Morrissey, that's his name.
Yes, David Morrissey's very good.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, nice pick.
I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
How about you, Jim?
Yeah, it's going to be Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but it's not going to be this one that I'm going to say because this is very much the Vince Vaughn of Shawshank Redemption picks.
I'm here for it.
Oh, okay, good.
Is it Vince Vaughn? Fuck, guys.
No, it's not.
Guys, Vince Vaughn.
No.
His name does begin with. His name does.
So good in this.
Do you know what? I'll allow him to be the first fresh fish that gets beaten to death very early on.
His name does begin with a V.
So good.
Is it Vin Diesel?
It's not. I did have another name, but actually looking at it, I'm actually going to move him down to my second pick for the Warden. So it's Vinnie Jones.
If you're allowed to be chucking out Vinnie Jones on us, I can't see why I can't be chucking out Vince Vaughn.
Well, because Vince Vaughn was a shit pick. Vinnie Jones can be a very nasty bastard.
So can...
Vince Vaughn's shit, mate. We're never going to let you have him for anything.
Vince Vaughn was a shit pick for Ghostbusters.
I'm telling you both now.
I thought this
Your
was
mission in life.
I'll get him in a song.
I thought this was going to be a shit pick for this, but apparently you're okay with it.
He's 100% been in a whole bunch of prison films, British ones.
Can he do an American accent?
I mean, probably not. But does the captain have to be American?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is very much an American
I've
tale.
got a funny feeling he was in. Wasn't he in one of those? He's in an
Well, he
American
was gone in
prison
60 seconds.
film. I thought it was in. Oh, maybe it's a British.
I think
film.
every
It's
ti-
about football. It's about.
Oh yeah,
football.
that's
Totally
Yeah,
British,
yeah, I think that's like a British version of
the Longest Yard.
Longest Yard.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a soccer version of American football.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think pretty much every role he does, he's just East London, wherever it is he's from. He's not. I don't think he's got the
He would
accent
be,
range.
if we were, I mean, Colin Firth's English. Maybe we just reset this as an English drama. I think the thing is, I think
Maybe
actually it is so American. Like
The story's American.
The prison is very American.
It's very
yeah.
American, isn't it? It's that
You would
feel.
not get any of what's going on in a British
A
prison, would you?
gritty London version
Yeah.
would be a different film.
Fuck off, you mag!
I'd be here for
I would be here for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my pick for the captain of the
I
guard.
do like it. But
It's clearly not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's not Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
It's not Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I feel like you once again. What's going on? Totally discounted Tim Roth here. What are you saying?
I think Tim Roth's good, but I think
You know, he's got the physicality in the
I
same
think
way.
he has, but I think his
I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know who Tim Roth is.
you would if you saw a picture.
And we've shown precedent for not picking a role that someone else doesn't know.
It means you haven't seen Pulp Fiction then.
Yes.
Which is just...
You've not seen Pulp Fiction?
I don't like.
Do you know what?
In my head, I'm like, I don't like Tarantino.
There's
so.
a warden shout there on the talk of Kill Bill and Tarantino is Michael Madsen.
Yeah, I was just going to say Michael Mann.
All right, well,
Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan then.
Is it?
That's a good one.
Sam's 2 out of 3 so far.
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
I feel like subconsciously, me and Sam are kind of trying to bring Nick back down to earth because he seems to be getting. You seem to get a lot of picks.
I'm still riding high for my Pokemon pitch.
To be fair, Nick, I think probably with our listeners and fans is probably the most in tune with them.
Oh, do you reckon?
I think so. I think you probably get quite a lot of support from them. So I think now we've got to go on to the Warden, haven't we?
Well, I mean, considering Nick was voted as the one with the best Ghostbusters cast, I think you're not far wrong there.
Eh?
Yeah.
It had fucking Vince Vaughn in it.
No,
So-
it didn't.
So, the Warden, yeah.
The Warden.
Yes. So the warden played by Bob Gunton. Now, interestingly, if I think of Bob Gunton, right, I think of only 2 films off the top of my head.
Yeah.
One is Shawshank,
Okay.
and one is Demolition Man.
Okay, so I think of 2 others.
Oh,
One
do
is
you?
Demolition Man.
Yeah.
And one is Ace Ventura 2.
Yes.
But yeah, he's great in Demolition Man.
I mean, Ace Ventura is definitely up there.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Ace.
No, wait, the first one,
One
not
or
the
two.
second
One or two.
One.
I've got a soft spot for the second one as well.
I've got a soft spot, but it's not.
Guys.
I think.
Guys.
I
Vince
think
Vaughn?
I've seen.
I don't know.
I've seen
Guys.
When Nature Calls more than I have Pet Detective. So I would go more towards that one than the first one. But
Do you know what?
they are both great films. Anyway.
Right, go on. What's your Warden pick?
So yeah, right. So again, a couple of picks. Mark Strong, I think would be good. Jason Isaacs, I think would be good. Maybe I went too easy. I went with Ben Kingsley. Sue me, Ben Kingsley. So good. Like he could easily do. He could do all of that and then some. I think he's like, definitely.
He could,
yeah,
he could
I mean,
do it. That is.
What a beast.
He is technically a better actor than the one I've picked.
But here we
But
go.
here we
Still
go.
wants his
Sam's gonna
fucking
swing.
pick,
Sam's
doesn't
gonna flop his dick out and go. Here's my choice for the Warden. It's the best one.
I'll tell you why. Is because this guy is so brilliant in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, for fuck! Immediately, you're not having him.
Okay, my pick for the Warden is Hugo Weaving.
Okay. He was. I've got him as a potential pick for someone else.
No, but I think Hugo Weaving, like, think of him as Agent
it is a good
Smith
choice.
in The Matrix.
It's a good choice.
The way he like delivers some of his lines angrily and like holding it back and like, yeah. So I think Hugo Weaving, just the way that he delivers his lines, and he can be so cold, and you know, even when the warden is being nice to Andy Dufresne, you know, it's like, oh, he's not really being nice, and the way he's almost like the religious kind of zealot coming through.
Could have a bit of that.
Like a bit of V for Vendetta.
Do you know why, for me, it doesn't chime? And it's literally only based on prior performances. Who, by the way, Hugo Weaving, absolutely great. Have you
Amazing.
seen Priscilla, Queen in the Desert?
No, I've not seen that.
Oh, man, it's great. It's an unbelievable film, and he's really, really good in it. But I was thinking of fucking Cloud Atlas. You seen that? Where he plays like the boogeyman kind of character. I can't remember what he's called. Where he just does this really kind of janky, olden style southern kind of, I don't know what kind of accent it is, but for me that's what I think of when I think of him trying to do a slightly kind of old style American accent. Obviously he does ish one in The Matrix. He's basically American, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see it. It's no Ben Kingsley, is he?
I mean, he's not Ben Kingsley.
He's not Ben Kingsley, no.
Is Jim about to pip us both though?
I don't think I am. I've got one. I've got one choice. Like I said, I've just moved it from
Bill Goldberg.
He was. Like
He
I said,
could do he could be the guard. Yeah.
He couldn't be the guard. So one choice is very niche, and I've moved him from Captain Hadley to the Warden, based on prior performances, and I've kind of dipped into my well from 24 again, and one choice is a man by the name of Powers Booth.
Yes.
I feel like I know that name.
So
could you not
he, I only like I said, my only reference point from him is from 24, but he played one of the presidents during that series and during one of the series, and he was amazing.
Yes. Is it Sin City I know him from?
I think it might be.
But my other choice, so I'm now actually got a bit of a coin toss as to which one I want to put forward. My other choice was Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a good shout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Sin
an
City too.
interesting shout.
Yeah, and Sin City. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is Skarsgård is good. That's the dad, isn't it?
Yes,
Stellan Skarsgård.
that's Elder Skarsgård.
Yeah.
It's too interesting.
Yeah, they're a bit more niche than your two picks.
Yeah,
I feel like
played it safe.
I feel like Booth Powell or whatever it is definitely
Powers
like
Booth.
Powers Booth. That's it.
I think if I was to pick out of the two, I would probably go with him.
He's definitely like, he feels like somebody that has been politicking and his life in a suit and kind of.
That's why I think. That's why I think I would.
You'd have that political
Snake-like.
corruption.
That's why I think I'm leaning more towards
Yeah.
him over Skarsgård. Even though I think Skarsgård would be fantastic in the role, I think someone a bit more niche like Powers Booth, I think would.
Can I just throw in another curveball? Who's someone I had on the list was William Fichtner. Who, if you can't think of him, just the minute I show you a picture, you'll be like, that
Is he one of them? Is it? Oh yes, from Prison Break.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's one of the main FBI agents from Prison Break.
He's in.
He's
so
amazing.
much.
Oh, he's very good.
Yes,
he's got
he's
that
so
kind
good.
of. He can be a nasty bastard.
Yeah.
And there's definitely been a film where he was a nasty bastard, and then he gets his comeuppance, and he was very snivelly. Like, and
Are you not just thinking of Prison Break? Because he does the same in Prison Break.
He does it a lot. Of
Maybe that's his specialty. Yeah.
Can we go for him?
Do you want to pop him in?
I'm happy to put him in.
I love it.
He's really good. He's a good shot. Why didn't you lead with that?
Yeah, leave it there.
Why did you wait until
Stop
the
thinking
11th
about
hour?
fucking Vince Vaughn.
Why did you wait till the 11th hour when you were about to lose out to Powers Booth?
Well,
Elysium as well. Yes.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, Fichtner.
I always thought it was pronounced Fitchner, but
Maybe it is Fichtner.
I think it might be Fitchner. But
Doesn't
whatever.
matter.
He's in.
He's just
He's
happy
in.
to be aboard. All right.
right. Should we go to the rapey guy?
Boggs Diamond.
So what we've
One
got
of them.
left is Boggs Diamond, who is the horrific prison rapist. And we've got Brooks Hatlin, who is the old-timer crook, been in prison for like 50 years,
Yeah.
runs the library,
One
gets
of the
out.
most heart-wrenching scenes
I think,
in the film.
and forgive me because I kind of like said who we should recast for this.
Yeah, and I was like, do we need to do Brooks? But
I think we need to do Brooks. He's the one that then makes when Red gets out.
it's hinges
So
on
it's
same thing's
like
gonna happen.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you need to do
Yeah.
Brooks. There is also Tommy, which we talked about, who's like the young guy that Andy takes under his wing and like, you know, is actually the person that
educates him, doesn't
he educates him, but he's the one that was in prison with the person that actually did kill Andy's wife and lover.
Yeah.
Tries to like tell the warden this and ends up getting killed.
Yeah.
So it is a big part. But I think because he's not in it very much, a big part. But I think, you know, we had to stop somewhere, and these other ones, like especially with, you know, Boggs Diamond, who like is almost the main kind of villain.
Well, yeah,
I mean, he's not
kind
the
of
main villain, but he's the most obvious kind of.
He's integral in Andy's development as a character, isn't he? So that's kind of why he needs to be included in this list.
So Boggs, played by Mark Ralston, is the leader of the Sisters gang, and he's just like a horrific sadist prison rapist, basically. Yeah. I think we're first introduced to him when Andy and the other new prisoners come in, I think, and he's in the Boggs is amongst the other sisters as Andy's walking in. I think it's when he initially catches sight of it.
Yeah.
But the first time we really see it, and it's kind of this skin crawling moment, is in the showers. And obviously, prison, showers, we all know where this is
classic stereotype there.
Yeah. But it's the way, he approaches Andy, and I think it's obviously trying to instigate, like...
Stick with me and I'll protect you.
Yeah, right, it's all that kind of
stuff.
Everyone needs
for
a friend
that protection,
in here.
you've got to give me a specific favour.
There we go.
Couple of specific favours.
Frequent specific favour. Yeah, but he's got the way he plays him, he's got this kind of... I don't know how else to describe it, other than... I've found he's got this very kind of shiny... look, almost pouty look about him, and it just unnerved me. It kind of made me feel.
We should say at this point,
I don't know if shiny is the word I'd use.
He's played by Mark Ralston, who famously is Drake from Aliens.
Yes.
So he's like one of the like cool soldier like Marines in Aliens. Dies pretty early on. Yeah. But that's like the main thing that people would know him from. And he's obviously he then does this, and everyone's like, fucking hell.
Yeah, weirdly, I thought of quite a few picks. This is the one that I was like, all these different people.
You can have Vince Vaughn for this.
I got loads of people for a rapist in prison,
To end up with two people I think could be equally kind of disturbing in this role. One who's probably not my main pick is Mickey Rourke, who I think would have even an increased kind of physicality. He'd be a threatening presence, and he's kind of got that slight kind of greasiness at times. I think it would just be like it could just be like make your skin crawl a little bit. The person I went with is Billy Zane, of Titanic villain fame and many other films.
I mean, everyone hates Billy Zane.
Everyone hates Billy Zane, right? And I think he's got the look where he's a bit of a pretty boy. I think in that prison environment, he's also quite a physical kind of guy. I think he'd just have that kind of he's not thinking about nice things. Like he's a threatening dude. He wants to get like bad stuff.
So I've got a good pick for this. I've only got one pick for this. Christopher Eccleston.
Nice. Yes.
And obviously...
Interesting.
If you think of him in 28 Days Later, he's a bit rapey in that as well. Like... He is, though. Like, he and the soldiers...
It's been a very long time since I've seen 28 Days Later, so...
So he and the soldiers try and rape the girl, and they're all like, we've got to repopulate the earth, like we're going to keep her, we're going to kill the men, we're going to keep the girl who's very young, and we're going to repopulate the earth with her. And Christopher Eccleston's played
28 Days, that's the Cillian Murphy one, not the Robert Carlyle one, isn't it?
one, the first one. Yeah. And he's played lots of characters where he's like a nasty piece of work. And I think what I like about Eccleston is he would do very well at being like that scene where he walks back into his cell and he just knows what's going to happen to him, and he looks terrified and he's begging for someone to help him. That like flip of being like a complete arsehole, terrible, horrible person, and then like
scared
screaming for his life, wanting his mummy. I think Eccleston could do both those kind of takes on it.
I think he could do that side of it really well. What I don't get so much from him is I think there's something about the way that the original actor plays Boggs Diamond is he has a kind of greasy, almost pretty boy. There's something about him, like he looks after himself. I think he cares about his physical appearance, and that's part of his kind of
preening.
He's quite preening, isn't he? He's like
he's almost
a pretty
peacocking
guy
kind of thing.
Yes, right. That's what comes across to me, which is why I think Eccleston could definitely do that kind of the fear when he is kind of finally gets his comeuppance, but I don't see it as much in when we initially introduced to him. It's like, oh, this guy's a bit grim.
Who have you got, Jim?
Okay, well, you two are going to be fighting it out because I don't mind. mine's just kind
It's
of...
someone from 24.
It's not, no.
Prison Break.
I think I focus too much on the brutality of the character as opposed to the skeeziness of the character. And to my choice, the name I put down is John Bernthal, who
You have to
is
tell us
he is the Punisher.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And he's in Walking Dead as well, yeah.
He's also in Walking Dead, yeah. I think I focus too much on the brutality of the character rather than the skeeziness as well. So I'm not too sure it's a good fit. So I'm more than happy for you two to fight it out because
He's sort of got the pretty boy
because
pouty lips kind of thing.
I'm quite confident with my Brooks Hatland that I've got someone whose death would be so devastating you would not want to see it. It'll make you cry.
I think the thing about John Bernthal is he's so intimidating and physically threatening. I think the thing about Boggs Diamond is he relies on a lot. It's gang mentality.
Yeah, that's why I think it's not. I think I focus too much on the brutality and the physicality of the role as opposed to the. Actually, he's probably a bit of a pussy.
Maybe a younger Eccleston. I could see it.
Well, look at him in 28 Days Later. He's. Oh, do you know what?
Oh, you can have him.
No, well,
You can have him.
I've had the others.
Nah, you can have him.
All right, Eccleston it is then.
Okay, he's in.
He's in.
Yeah. Congratulations, Christopher, on your new role.
Sam's officially getting half of our recastings this week.
Wow.
Okay, well, let's go on to Brooks then. Apparently,
My
you,
Brooks,
Sam,
my
have a
Brooks
chance.
is niche. My Brooks is niche.
I don't think you do have. I think mine's not niche. Mine's a very easy pick.
Is it Rupert Bear?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our final casting, right?
Yeah.
So as we've touched on, so Brooks Hatland runs the library, been in prison forever,
Institutionalised.
completely institutionalised. Yeah.
It's all he knows, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
You get the feeling he's been in prison from a very young age.
Well, I think he says he's been in there like more than 50 years.
Yeah.
What, you don't know anything else, do you?
Yeah.
No, you don't really know how old is the character? Do we know? Did
60, 70.
Yeah.
So he's
So
been like, since he was like
70,
20.
Yeah, I'd say
yeah. So it's really all he's known his entire adult life, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is the prison system.
He's played by veteran actor James Whitmore. Who, you look back on his career, is like one of those like just classic actors.
Just in everything.
Like a fuck ton of stuff. Amazing. And it's got that really, really emotive, powerful few scenes where he's finally released from prison. Prior to that, when he finds out, he's really emotional. He obviously holds Hayward with a knife to his throat. Like, they go, I need to stay in there, I need to stay in there. Comes out of prison, he's got this whole setup where he gets like this terrible apartment. He gets the job packing groceries. And every day is the same, and every day is the same. You can't handle it.
I mean, he says like, I saw a motor car once when I was a kid.
The world has changed.
And he comes out, the world's changed. Like he says, like what the world went up and got itself in a hurry.
I love
you
that.
know.
Yeah.
And actually, I think the
Wow.
reason this is great is because you're so used to like Morgan Freeman's narration from all this, and then basically James Whitmore is narrating this as they're reading like this letter that he sent them.
Yeah.
And so they're reading it out, and it's obviously in his voice, and it's just so touching. And he's just like, I just don't want to be scared anymore.
Yeah.
And he carves his name in this sort of lintel above the.
Brooks was here.
Brooks was here, and then he
Hangs
hangs
himself.
himself.
Yeah.
This fucking film, man.
It just gets you
Such
in
a
the
heart-wrenching
feels.
scene, that, isn't it? It's like, he's all he's known is the prison system. He comes out and it's like he's just scared of what he sees.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't like it.
Because he's like he's not, as none of these people have. He's not got any qualifications. He's not got anything. But in prison, he's like in charge of the library, and he's
has a purpose.
he's respected, and he's liked, and he's got.
He has a
purpose.
reason to exist. He's
And I think the reason that this cast for me was such important is because then when Morgan Freeman's character gets out, he's put in the same room.
Yeah.
He gets the same job. He sees this carving, and the only thing that stops him from going down the same path is, as he says, he made this promise to his friend.
Yeah.
And he's got this sort of hope of there's some other life, with Andy.
Yeah.
And so I think this character is so key. It's one of sort of the emotional hearts of the film. So who have you got?
Which is why I've gone with Christopher Eccleston.
Is it really?
No, fuck off.
That's why he was so against you picking Eccleston last time.
I went big. I went arguably easy again. 2 picks, but I'm going to leave them both in because apparently James has just absolutely ravished us both with his picks. So I went Anthony Hopkins on one
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Easy, smash it, wasn't he?
Good voiceover.
Good voiceover. But I also went Danny Glover, who I think could play this.
Okay.
You know, like older Danny
maybe-
Glover.
maybe-
I almost went Danny Glover for
Maybe
Red.
maybe I'm not. Maybe mine's not going to be so clean cut then.
Mm,
It's not
Danny
gonna be so
Glover's
clear
good.
cut.
That's nice.
yeah.
I went with somebody that you probably won't know, but I went with somebody that definitely has that ability to make you sort of care for them. But I went for Max von Sydow,
Yes.
who's in the original Dune film.
Yeah.
He's also Flash Gordon,
Yes.
Emperor Ming. He's obviously not a nice person as Emperor Ming,
Yeah.
but he's like, if you see him, Jim, you might know him.
No.
No one.
Flash Gordon? No.
No one. But he's like he's in so many things. He's like a very good actor, but arguably he had some of his better roles as like an older man.
Yeah.
And I think, he very much, his performances are like he's everybody's grandpa.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what Brooks Hadlin is in this film. He's sort of everyone's grandpa.
big time.
And he would do an amazing like voiceover of this letter being read out. So that's my pick.
I do like that too.
Who have you got, Jim?
Not letting you fuck out with it.
No.
Well, you're not letting him have that, but you might let me have this one.
Here we go.
Dick Van Dyke.
Oh. I don't know if I could stand to see Dick Van Dyke hanging himself. Like he's that kind of like.
That's what I mean.
loved.
That you see it, that
Oof.
would wrench at the strings.
Van Dyke, let me just.
That would ramp up the emotion of that scene.
Because this is up there when he kind of cast Whoopi Goldberg as Morgan Freeman's character in Seven.
Mhm.
Initially, I was like, "What the fuck's he smoking?"
I think he might have got this
let it look around for a bit.
because Dick Van Dyke does now walk how the actor of Brooke Hadlin walks. That kind of like shuffle kind of like
You can see Dick Van Dyke
Yeah.
coming out of this
like
prison
almost
system,
getting hit by a
struggling.
car and kind of being a bit like
Isn't Dick Van Dyke, the only thing I will say, I know he's obviously maybe stooped if we're casting at older age, but he's quite a tall man. I think in his prime, he's quite a tall man, right?
Dick in
Yeah.
the trench.
James Whitmore, I swear, when you see
He's
him,
tiny.
he's like.
I mean,
4 foot
there's
tall.
nothing. We've got,
And most of it is legs. His waistband is like.
At no
up
point
to his
during,
nipples.
at no point when we've in this conception of this podcast have we stated that the people we're recasting have to be a sort of similar height to the role that they are
Well, we
playing.
have talked about
No.
physicality, though.
But yeah, the reason I say it is it suddenly he's got.
Yeah,
that completely
physicality,
different-
old, frail man.
But totally different mentality. If he's like 6, right, I'm going to find out how tall he is. It all hinges on this.
I think he probably at his peak he was taller than he is now. He's
Yeah,
Isn't he
shrinking.
the phys-
horizontal now?
Physicality.
No,
he's
he's
an old.
still
He's an old, frail man.
The Dick Van Dyke Show.
And then he put length.
That's a very different Google search, I know.
He's 6 foot.
He's 6 foot. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
he does with that big white beard. It'd just be like Santa hanging himself.
Well, he wouldn't necessarily have to have the beard, though, would he?
Yeah, he would.
And a cane.
And a cane.
And be singing and dancing.
But look at him there, though. Yeah, he would. He'd be great.
God damn it. I still think Anthony Hopkins would be actually. Is again such an obvious pick.
Anthony Hopkins. You know what? Right. I know I said this a couple of episodes ago when I rewatched it, but The Mask of Zorro. Anthony Hopkins' performance is heartbreaking in that. As like a dad who's like wife died and he's lost his child. Mask of Zorro is obviously like just a silly little action film, but his performance in it.
He's fucking unbelievable. Come on, he's unbelievable.
Well, so's Dick Van Dyke.
Oh yeah, but in a different way.
It's difficult.
Sam, you've got the side decide and vote here. We've clearly thrown our warriors into the ring. You are the.
All right,
You know,
I don't want to
decide
side
about-
of you,
No,
so
no.
I'll go with my pick.
Right off. Arguably, I will admit that for Anthony Hopkins, he's almost of the stature and acting ability that he could almost have been like a warden, could almost have been like a Red in the right, perhaps not quite, but I think he is like a main character actor. I think to see him, he has played sort of cameo and bit roles. He would fucking smash it, but I do think.
Arguably, he's playing his best cameo at the moment as Jimmy in Rebel Moon. That's what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ. He'd definitely do it because he's never seen a paycheck he won't like do. He's in this new series, isn't he? Like, he's in this new series. God, he'll just do anything. He's
done a few alright ones.
There's two things. Yeah, I mean he's a great actor, but he doesn't. He's one of these ones which doesn't necessarily care what project it is.
I'm thinking kind of Meet Joe Black.
Meet Joe Black is brilliant.
Oh man!
I think the deciding factor. No, of course I haven't.
That's good.
I think the deciding factor is who would you be emotionally connected to more.
No, but the thing is, there's two sides of it because if you've never seen this film before, let's take it as that. If you see Anthony Hopkins in a role, him then dying is a real fuck. That's like a real shock. You expect him to maybe get out, and we follow him, and we see him be rehabilitated,
And this, I'm pointing to a picture of Dick Van Dyke.
He's got the high waistline.
You pointed to this picture saying, look, it's amazing beard, but that does not look like a kindly old guy to me.
Well, that's because he looks like Rolf Harris there. The less, in fact, yeah, but Rolf Harris in it.
You would pick the worst picture for him. But I mean, look at that picture. You telling me you don't put that Dick Van Dyke in that prison system and him having that monologue and him killing himself?
I don't want to put him in any prison system.
You're telling me if he kills him,
him,
that Dick Van Dyke kills himself in a scene, you're not sobbing?
I'm sorry, Nick. I want to see Dick Van Dyke in this role.
It's just I do think it's weird to see him do those scenes. Yeah. It would be heartbreaking, but it'd be so fucking weird.
It would be. I just think him reading out that letter would be heartbreaking, I think. Because everyone would be thinking oh, Mary Poppins.
The one pick I've had was an afterthought. Unbelievable. It was a very fucking good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You win some, you lose some.
There we are then. There we are.
So, shall we go over our final cast of this film?
Okay.
So, Andy Dufresne was
Colin
Firth. Red is now Will Smith. Captain Hadley, I believe...
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Warden Norton was...
William Fichtner.
Boggs Diamond became...
Christopher Eccleston.
Brooks Hatlen is Dick Van Dyke.
Weirder.
That's
so weird. Just took a weird turn at the end.
I do think
Eccleston and Dick Van Dyke.
I do think that's a good cast, man.
How do we think that compares to the original?
I mean, it's not. You can't compare it to the original. The original's phenomenal.
It is actually a good film.
This film would be that we've recast would be so off the rails.
Mate, let me just tell you,
it would be a serviceable film. It would
serviceable. I think it'd be really good. That's our recast done.
That is our recast. I'm happy with it.
And a tasty castor.
Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy. I got 3 of my picks.
If you were to find yourself in serving a life sentence,
Boggs Diamond.
Okay. Straight in.
Hang on. You think you'd be Boggs Diamond?
Yeah.
It was a weird question to ask because, to be honest, we'd all be fucked.
We'd all be fucked. I think I just do an impression of Morgan Freeman and just be him.
Nice. So you'd live out Shawshank.
Yeah.
You'd pretend you're in Shawshank. So you'd go you'd pretend you're crazy, get put in the nut house, just pretend to swallow pills for the rest of the.
Yeah. I'd just be mental.
Just doing some colouring all the time.
That's pretty much what I do now.
Oh man, what a great film! I'm glad we did this. I'm glad. Do you know? I'm glad this felt like of all the films we've done recently. I've really enjoyed them all, but this was the one that I was really glad to come back to and rewatch. Maybe because I've not seen it for a little while, but as you said in the past, James, probably about the wrong films. It was a joy.
It was a joy. Flew by.
I think you'll find. I think if you're going to quote me, I said it breezed by.
It breezed by.
Absolutely.
If you are going to quote me correctly, please.
Sorry.
You said it's a joy before.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, normally we would. This is the part of the show where we would answer your listener questions or your recastings, which you can, of course, send to us through the email of castorolpod@gmail.com or get in touch with us over on X through the handle @castorolpod. We do have one pitch which was sent to us from our Pokemon episode. It's huge. So what we are going to be doing is posting that up on our donation page for you to read. And yeah, so we might discuss that at a later date, but so we will just post the pitch up. It's a really, really good pitch. It was sent to us by Tom. But I've got a little question I want to pose for you. Obviously, based off of Shawshank Redemption, why do you think studios aren't taking as much of a risk these days with their films? Why are we not seeing more Shawshanks? Why are we, obviously, apart from money, you know, obviously they want the blockbusters. Why are we not seeing more studios taking a risk and throwing out a Shawshank?
I think they are. I think they are doing it. I just think at the moment the what's the sort of the zeitgeist or the sort of the popular thing at the moment isn't that kind of risk. You look at things like the Banshees of Inisherin or Saltburn or things, they're doing those kind of niche films that aren't quote unquote popcorn blockbusters, but they're just different. I do think also streaming services have made a big difference. Like, I think probably if someone pitched like a prison drama now, they'd be like, you know what, that would make a great miniseries, or oh, that would be a great like you know 3-part special or something, because it takes a lot of effort and a really good cast to get across that amount of emotional journey in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I just think it's easier for them. You know, it's the same reason that we're getting subpar Marvel films now, because unfortunately the answer is money. It's easier for them to go, do you know what, fucking Madam Web, chuck that out there. It's got a name. People are going to go and watch it. I don't necessarily think they care if it's good or not. They just know they'll get an audience in for that opening weekend. And, you know, a lot of films we've talked about that we now think are great or classics have, again, you know, for want of a better word, bombed at the box office or not done as well or underperformed. And I think now they're just like, this might underperform, stick it on a streaming service.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think sadly, you know, you said don't say money, but it is money. I think the question is, why aren't they taking risks? I think like you said, Sam, you can go and find those interesting niche films, those more art house films, those films that aren't just kind of superhero blockbusters. They just don't have as big a studio or budget attached to them. So there are still studios out there that are making these really interesting films. It's just that the big studios that want to spend 100, 200 million on a film want to get back 400, 500 million in the box office. That's as simple as that, really. And so at the moment, clearly, like when we did, when we guested with the movie chef guys, and they asked us about if we could go through the highest grossing films of all time, and like 80% was like Marvel. I couldn't believe it, but like it's so true. Like that, what they're churning out stuff that the mass public clearly want to go and watch in the cinema, and until that changes, why wouldn't they keep doing that? 'Cause it's a massive fucking money machine.
Because I don't think, you know, I genuinely don't. I think it would be more difficult to get studios to agree to make a Shawshank Redemption. Can you imagine the pitch for like Forrest Gump? Like, there's this kind of mentally handicapped kid that sort of doesn't get the girl until she's dying of cancer. Like, okay, like, what else? Vietnam, people losing legs. Oh, fucking hell. Else bullying, lots of bullying. Fucking hell.
I agree, though. I think we've had more interesting decades where what could be a blockbuster was completely different to what it is now. I think we're in this kind of fast food cinema these days, and I think there are different. I think what I'm seeing more is I'm seeing a real trend, and if it's not a super film, it is ultra violence in terms of action and things like that. We're seeing that with kind of the John Wick films and things like that. I mean, those are ultra violent films, really, if you think about it. And it's just what's selling at the moment. It's like popcorn cinema. It's fast, it's explosive, it's violent. But I do think you can go out and find amazing smaller budget, slightly smaller studio films that tell really, really impactful stories. And one that I've been wanting to watch for a while now, and I've still not got around to it, is 3 Billboards.
Outside Ebbing, Missouri, that one, yeah. I want to see that.
Those kind of films, it's one that I haven't seen, but there are those kind of films out there. I don't know why I chose that one. I just think it's a good example of like, it's not in any way your modern.
Oh, what about that Everything Now All at Once? That is like,
that's apparently really, really good.
It's
so
brilliant.
good.
It's so good.
But it does move at a million miles per hour.
Oh, it does, but it's not. It doesn't. I guess it's kind of superhero-y.
Vaguely.
But it doesn't fall into a classic category, and it was probably a bit of a risk.
I think you'd love it.
Yeah.
What film is this? Everything. Is that the?
It's a multiverse.
It's on Netflix.
Family drama.
Is that a Netflix one?
Yeah. It's not a Netflix one, but it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, mate. I think you'd love it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's super.
Who's in it?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's so. Oh my god. Yeah, mate, your favourite, and she's.
Oh, wait, at what point have I said she's my favourite?
You've recast her for every role, male or female.
I've recast her once.
Tried to recast her.
I've recast her. Tried to recast her once.
Also, watch True Lies. She's got legs for days.
So there's Michelle Yeoh, Ki Hugh Kwan, who was a childhood star. He was
in Goonies.
He was in
You
Goonies.
seen Goonies?
Of course I haven't.
You ain't seen the Goonies?
Oh my god.
Have you seen Indiana Jones
in
too?
Indiana Jones.
He's short round.
I mean, it's been a while.
Fuck me.
I've seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but if you don't remember it, have you?
He hadn't seen Goonies.
You ain't seen Goonies. You ain't seen Bad Boys 2. Have you seen Bad Boys 2?
I love Bad Boys.
Of course he's seen Bad Boys 2. Fuck.
Probably one of my favourite franchises.
You
So
know,
of course I've
actually,
seen Bad Boys
I just
too.
realised who you remind me of. You remind me of Nick Frost. You're right?
I mean, I will
And
accept.
you remind me a bit of Simon Pegg, actually.
I mean,
Like
there's
I've
been-
got involved in Nick
there's-
Frost and Simon Pegg.
there's
Am
been-
I Edgar Wright? in
There's
this?
been worse comparisons. I'll happily take Nick Frost.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, but that's it. I think that's our hot take on it.
Oh, we put the world to rights there. Do you want anything more from us, or was that it?
No, that's good enough for me. So, once again, thank you all for listening. Like I said, if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at casserollepod@gmail.com. Follow us over on our socials at casserollepod. And of course, you can find us anywhere you get your podcast from. So Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or YouTube. So until next time, goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Ta-da.
Movie casserole, casserole.